Peanut, little by little, year after year in your life, you're going to come to learn that every word that I said was true. You're going to come to find out with hard evidence that I did not lie to you. And you're going to be left with regret. And I need you to know that I don't want you to feel that. And when you do, I'm still going to be here. And I do not hold grudges. I don't know if you remember. I don't know what you remember at this age, because it was a long time ago since I was your age. But I wonder if you remember riding bikes. I wonder if you remember going to the water parks all the time. I wonder if you remember I wonder if you remember driving my Jeep in the field when you were 8 years old. In the cornfields across the street, driving my Jeep, 4-wheel drive. Sitting on my lap when you were 6 and 7 years old, steering, but driving all by yourself when you were 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Getting your license when you were 16. I took you. I wonder if you remember or even noticed that of all your friends, you can drive a stick shift and you can change your flat tire. But you're not an aggressive driver, but a defensive driver. You accelerate when you make a lane change. You have very deep thoughts. And I want you to know that I'm really sorry. I was in a bad place in life between things I didn't understand, didn't know how to control, and was doing the best I could to figure out. Without you, I would have never stayed with your mom for a month more from the time I met you. But I met you and you were awesome. We went to the park together. You grabbed my hand and just took me out. And the day I met you, we spent 2 or 3 hours together at the park. Your mom didn't even call looking for you. I just walked out of her, nail salon when you were 5 years old with you. And she's like, yeah, take her, whatever, keep her, I don't care. And I took you to the park. And we spent maybe 2.5 hours together. And then came back, and I was so surprised that your mom wasn't even mad. She's like, oh my God, you guys are back so soon. And I was shocked. I remember your mom leaving you at the babysitter for 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a time when I first met you. And I didn't understand it. Why would someone leave their kid babysitter week after week after week after week? And then she did it with all the kids. And then once you guys were in school, she quit doing it so much, especially once you were in 1st grade, 2nd grade. And then I realized, well, that's the time of the day that her prostitution schedule was built around. The time when you guys are in school. And she couldn't have a child at home week after week. It could go on for 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. You can prostitute for 2 weeks or a week and make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money as a prostitute in 1 week and not have to work for free. But that explains why the kids were left there. It explains why her whole philosophy with me was don't ask, don't tell. I went to Brazil 5 times. I went with 0 notice. I didn't tell her I was leaving. One time we went to Duluth, Minnesota, flew back. I dropped her off at home. We came into SFO. I drove her to her house in Vacaville, dropped her off. I turned around, drove straight back to SFO, caught a flight from SFO to Brazil, and spent 2 weeks with my girlfriend, Manu, in Isabella, and we had a wonderful time. She didn't call me once. When I got back, she asked me no questions. I got right in bed with her like nothing had happened. No fucking problems. Ladies, can you tell me if your man did that, not once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times in a row within 2 years, would you have gotten mad once, twice? Would you have stayed with him? But the moment he calls you and tells you all the details of your prostitution business, you terminate contact, and 4 days later you show up at his house when he's not home. In fact, you use your middle daughter to distract him, and you come to the house and take her away, where she's been living with me for 3 years, where you didn't give a fuck. You didn't come to visit. You didn't come to hang out. You didn't care about shit. Unless you had to show up for public appearances. I came to her game. I did this. I did that. Fuck off. She lived with me. I took care of her. I raised her as my own child. And the moment I gave you all the details of your prostitution ring, you took her away from me. You manipulated her, and you turned her around, and you used that one little day where you got your eldest daughter to try to do something nefarious, and I rejected her.